There is a new event coming to Clash of Clans, and today we're going to show you the newest hero equipment in the game, the Snake Bracelet. Starting tomorrow will be the Lunar New Year event. It is the Snake Festival, so as you can see, all the normal stuff here, but we'll have a look. So we got the Snake Barrel, that is one of the temporary troops, and if we go here, we've got the Firecracker, the exact same as last year. Still going to be very good, but I don't know if it's going to be as strong as we all think. But I know what you're all thinking. What is the epic hero equipment? Unfortunately, it's not in here, but I can show you now. Now, don't worry, it will be in the rewards for you guys, just doesn't appear like that for us on the dev build, but here is the Snake Bracelet. So summon snakes that fights by your side when taking damage. That is the crucial thing. If your king is not taking damage, he will not be spawning snakes. Here's what the Snake Bracelet looks like at level 18, so it is better. You get a lot of hit points, you do get an attack speed increase as well, and a DPS, but you can see the last 9 levels, you're going to get a big jump in his ability. And here it is at max level. Looks really strong just on stats, but will it be that strong in theory? Before we get into some attacks with the Snake Bracelet, just going to show you the 2 event troops. Don't worry, we're going to do a top 3 event troop army tomorrow, and you want to see that because one of the armies is ridiculous. So this is the Firecracker. Obviously, if you're at Town Hall 17, you'll have a level 12 one. I'm on a Town Hall 16 account today, so still looks pretty solid. But what about the Snake Barrel? Not something we've ever had before. It's kind of like the skeleton barrel in Clash Royale, except it deploys snakes. Now, interestingly enough, it's not going to show it here, I don't think. Snakes can jump walls. So even if your snake barrel lands outside the village, the snakes can jump. Now, the snakes target anything. The barrel targets defenses. Keep that in mind, but really cool, and it's only 8 housing space, so you know we can bring lots of them. And if you want to see me use lots of them, make sure you subscribe to the channel and watch tomorrow's video. That's going to be insane to see. So how do I think the Snake Bracelet is going to be best used? So we start off with a giant arrow here. We're going to do a drag clone attack, just showing you my hero equipment. All is going to be level 18, even the epics. So come back to the Snake Bracelet here, it is level 18. So the drag clone's going on the bottom, but I know you guys want to see up here. I'll try and show as much as possible as the blimp gets completely baited. But look, King is not spawning any snakes, and as soon as this expo locks on, he does. Now, the handy thing about running the Snake Bracelet with the Vamp Stash like I am here, the damage that your king takes can be healed. Because obviously if he's taking damage in any of the other armies, he's not going to be able to heal it, and he can't spawn snakes forever. But now, we're just going to keep spawning snakes, and look, he's not a massive damage dealer, and he's not going to do like what you see with the Earthquake Boots and the Spiky Ball. But he's not really going down that quickly, and he has taken out a solid chunk of base. Now, unfortunately, when he gets to low health, as you can see here, it is really hard to use him. Now, I believe the game is glitching here because the king is taking damage and he's not spawning any of the snakes. So it will, I'm guessing this equipment will be a little funky. It won't work some of the time because it's not easy to figure it all out. Because yeah, look, definitely taking damage here and for some reason isn't spawning any snakes. But he's lived so long, and particularly on bases where you use the king on the outside, this is going to be unreal with the Vamp Stash. It's just, he's going to be an endless tank, and the snakes, they're not OP, but they do a lot of tanking for the king and make it nice and easy. We swag the Royal Champion here, and a big part of that is due to this Barbarian King tanking for the Queen forever. Now, in case you are wondering if it was the healers that was stopping the snakes spawning, as you can see here, that is not the case. The healers are on the king, and the king is still spawning. So it's just about taking damage. It's not about losing overall health. Just about taking damage. You can use healers and the king's still going to get value. Now, one thing I'm curious by is if many people are going to use this equipment, because as you see here, sorry, right here, this is yet again the Vamp Stash and the Snake Bracelet, but as soon as the monolith locks onto the king's not really that strong, particularly if you're not able to wall break it in to take the damage down. So, can be really strong in theory, but people love the Spiky Ball and the Earthquake Boots because it's guaranteed damage, and this is not guaranteed. I'm really curious to test out this army for a few things. One, have a look at the range of this fireball. I am using a level 18 fireball. Like I said, I'm not trying to use max equipment for this. And look, it doesn't, well, this is damage aside, it doesn't take down the Expo, even though the Expo is, you know, what, there's 3 tiles back there, because the level 18 Fireball obviously got a range nerf. So, you can see the difference that makes here. We are able to still damage this Expo, but this Ricochet Cannon over here has taken 0 damage because there is a 4 tile gap, and we aren't able to do that anymore. So really interesting to see. But yeah, I'm showing you guys that you can still do these attacks even without maxed hero equipment. So on the King, we're running the Earthquake Boots and the Snake Bracelet. And I am so curious with this one, because you saw in the last attack, the Snake Bracelet can be good on the outside of the base to tank, but can the Snake Bracelet be good in the center? And I argue yes, particularly on bases with multi-infernos. You really want to hit bases with multi-infernos with this, because the multi-inferno will be constantly targeting the King, constantly doing damage to him, and therefore he's going to spawn endless snakes. And even though you're in the core of the base where there's so much damage, have a look at what's going to happen. So we get the freeze spell down, and look, we're starting to spawn snakes here, and the snakes are just going to annoy this monolith. Now, it does lock onto one of our super witches and removes it pretty quickly, but look, we've got so many units. The spring trap does get rid of a lot of snakes, but this multi-inferno is just feeding us at this point. The Queen and Valks are doing good job on the left, but I want you to watch the core here, because there's just so much going on. We use the Earthquake Boots to open it up. Still does a reasonable amount of damage, obviously nowhere near as much, but still a reasonable amount, and we're just feeding this King, and it's so much tanking, and the big boys actually haven't been regenerated in a while because they're staying alive, like the BGs. Yeah, I'm not going to sing the rest of it, but you get my point. The King's gone through the center of this base, and he's just not going down. Now, he has a lot of hit points with the passive stats on the Snake Bracelet, but this was unreal to me. This was unreal. Now, I'm kind of curious here. Is the King taking damage? I really want to see the King take damage. Okay, he's definitely taking damage here. Oh, I don't know. Oh, the Diggy was on the Royal Champion. I'm kind of curious because at the end of the other attack we showed after a while the King stopped spawning snakes. So I don't know if there's a time limit on it. I haven't been told that there's any, but still, the King went through the center of the base. How often does he go down in these Super Witch Fireball attack strategies? He doesn't go down anymore. The snakes tank forever. And that was only with a level 18 Snake Bracelet. Imagine if you're able to get it a little bit higher, get more of that attack speed increase and way more hit points. And obviously the snakes are a bit stronger. But let me know down below what you think of it. I think it's better, like, it is a bit gimmicky, kind of like the Lava Loon Puppet, but I still think it's considerably better than the Lava Loon Puppet. Even though the Earthquake Boots and the Spiky Ball got a nerf, I just don't see people not using those two because it's guaranteed damage. Even the Gauntlet I see being used more than this, but I'd like to be wrong. People are going to be able to do some really creative things with this, and I can't wait to see it, particularly if you get more snakes from your snake barrels as well. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and we'll come back tomorrow with a top 3 event armies video. And you're going to want to see that because there's some interesting armies that I think is going to dominate the meta.